Ladies and gentlemen, it's time that we dive deeper into something we covered on the channel in the past, and it is the cease and desist warnings that Dawson, aka DogPack404, received from MrBeast's team a few weeks back. Now, we can hop on over here to Dexerto. They are a news company, you could say. They have a website, they have a Twitter page. MrBeast reportedly hired a high-profile lawyer to send a cease and desist to critic Dawson French DogPack404, accusing him of spreading misinformation. Interesting that they leaked his name, but this is, I guess, public information now, so I'm just going to say it as so. The letter threatens legal action and demands damages if French continues via the Daily Mail. And again, I only am reading the Dawson French part because he also ended up reposting something that shared his own name. So again, at this point, it's basically public information. And here's the Daily Mail article. MrBeast hires $2,000 an hour super lawyer who exonerated Alec Baldwin in the Rust, tragedy trial as employees who quit after 3 weeks, brands YouTuber a sociopath. Now it says MrBeast has unleashed Alec Baldwin's $2,000 per hour super lawyer on a former employee who branded the YouTuber a fraud and a sociopath in online videos, DailyMail.com can reveal. And mostly this part of the article is mainly things that we already know about everything that's been happening, such as the DogPack202 video, which talked about Delaware being a convicted you-know-what, and pretty much just goes into how the full missive obtained exclusively by Daily Mail from a company insider goes on to threaten legal action and demand for damages if French continues to post unlawful commentary under the monikers MrBeast Creative on Reddit and DogPack404, which is his Twitter account. When reached for comments via email, French told DailyMail.com, MrBeast has knowingly kept R words and P words on payroll, allegedly for legal reasons, although I think some of them were convicted. Now, this is apparently what is going to be in DogPack303 or 404's third video that comes out soon, so I guess we'll learn a little bit more about that. But I guess at this point, Dogpack has come out on the record. He's willing to say that this is what, the MrBeast company has done. They knowingly hired people like this. Criminals. Terrible people. So here we have a picture of Alex Spiro, who again is the guy who helped Alec Baldwin get cleared from the Rust tragedy. Says DailyMail.com understands that Spiro, a partner at Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan, is the man... Why does this keep popping up? Is the man entrusted with carrying out an internal audit of the MrBeast empire, which boasts 309 million viewers on YouTube and 103 million on TikTok. The star attorney, whose megabuck clients include Tesla founder Elon Musk, Megan Thee Stallion, and Alec Baldwin. So you have this dude, this huge lawyer who has been with Elon Musk, Megan Thee Stallion, Alec Baldwin, and now MrBeast going against Dogpack. Has written several dozen staffers and ex-employees requesting interviews. His report will determine whether the recent troubles at MrBeast are an indication of a toxic workplace or merely the growing pains of a young business that has expanded exponentially since it was launched 8 years ago by a 16-year-old Donaldson, who is now worth a staggering $700 million. Again, for context, Quinn Emanuel is the private third party that MrBeast hired. That was talked about in the leaked email. It wasn't really leaked. A lot of people think he posted it himself, and it was one of the groups mentioned alongside when he put out his public statement about the Kris Tyson situation. So again, Quinn Emanuel is the company at stake here. I guess we can just get into the cease and desist letter. We have the full uncut versions. Remember, this came from Dogpack. The new one, double it and give it to the next person, where he cut out a bunch and we only really got the top part. And in this same statement, he would go on to say that he thinks that there are some, insiders of MrBeast reaching out to him, trying to silence him. But that's just, again, those are just allegations. Nothing much really came from that we know of publicly. But here are the cease and desists. Let's just get into it, right? The firm, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan, has recently been retained by MrBeast YouTube LLC and its founder Jimmy Donaldson regarding the unsettling news that you have embarked on a campaign to disparage MrBeast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast, dated March 25th, 2024, the NDA agreement, which you have shown in videos posted to the internet. Absent your immediate compliance with the demands specified herein, MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson are prepared to take the necessary legal steps to protect their reputation and business. Even then, we have reason to believe that your conduct has already adversely impacted MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson, and we reserve all rights to pursue money damages to rectify any and all harm you may have caused. Number 1. Violation of social media restrictions. When you joined MrBeast as a trial period employee in March of 2024, you voluntarily entered into a binding NDA agreement with MrBeast. The NDA agreement included a social media restriction clause which survives your departure from the company. It provides social media restriction. Employees shall not post anything on social media about the company, Jimmy Donaldson, or the employee's employment with the company. Now, again, this is why in my original video about the cease and desists, I mentioned things related to like whistleblower laws and whatnot. But again, that's going to be something that would have to be, settled in court and, actually discussed if being outside of a company, being under an NDA would also be able to fall under, these whistleblower laws. Again, I'm not a lawyer. That's something that surprise witness or other types of lawyer figures should look into. If you're out there, you should definitely look into it and maybe make a video explaining how all of this would work. Here is the second part of the cease and desist. You have willfully violated this clause by posting about MrBeast, Jimmy Donaldson, and your employment with MrBeast on social media. Specifically, you have made numerous posts to Reddit under the username MrBeast Creative and to Twitter and YouTube under the username DogPack404. In one video, you held up your NDA agreement with MrBeast while willfully violating its terms by discussing MrBeast and publicly posting the video on YouTube. In your videos and posts, you have levied false and defamatory allegations against MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson. You have no understandings of the inner workings of MrBeast, given that you only spent 3 weeks at the company on a trial basis before you were fired for conduct even you have characterized as inappropriate. You did not make it to the end of your 90-day trial period without repeatedly ignoring your supervisor and then attempting to secretly spend company resources on something you described as a toy. During your brief period at MrBeast, you sought to attribute your inappropriate conduct to programming, from being raised with access to an iPad and bad mental health. But there's no excuse for acknowledging the terms of your agreement while simultaneously going out of your way to violate them. On your last day at MrBeast in April, the day you were fired, you pleaded for your job back, insisting MrBeast was a place you wanted to work. You asked for a second chance for your trial period, and you asked to later reapply to the company. You even sought advice on how to become successful if you were to apply to work for MrBeast again in the future. Unlike the narratives you spun to cast yourself as the victim when being terminated for conduct that at a minimum demonstrates a lack of judgment, your communicated desire to be a part of MrBeast remained unchanged over the course of that nearly hour-long meeting. That is because the information you were exposed to during your trial period at MrBeast confirmed that it is a great company and a great place to work. Your more recent social media posts occurred at a time when you would have no new information or insight from inside MrBeast. Instead of speaking about the positive experience you had at MrBeast that apparently caused you to desperately want to return to the company, your posts contain misinformation and false statements designed to harm MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson. Now, personally, I think that this one's an interesting idea because we have seen Dawson, we have seen DogPack reach out to former MrBeast employees, some that are on the record, some that are probably off the record, behind the scenes, texting, emailing, reaching out on social media. So I would say that DogPack does have a little bit more information than before from when he was working inside of MrBeast. So to basically say this whole thing like, you wouldn't know anything because you didn't work here during that time. Again, that's a fair point. But when you have multiple employees and former staff members not only posting things now publicly, but possibly reaching out to him privately, I feel like that's a bit of a nothing burger argument right there. 2. Violations of the confidential information provision. Your NDA agreement with MrBeast also contains a provision prohibiting disclosure of any proprietary or confidential information that you gained during the roughly 3 weeks you worked at MrBeast as a trial employee. That includes the following: information or media about Jimmy Donaldson, employee and personnel information, any manuals, procedures, processes, forms, systems, guidelines, other proprietary information developed and obtained by the company for use in its business, and related documents, materials, knowledge, or other confidential business information of any nature whatsoever disclosed to or developed by employee, technical and business information and strategies relating to methods, marketing, merchandising, selling, licensing, servicing, customer lists, records, or financial information, manuals, or company strategic plans or operational objectives. Now, this one's a bit interesting because, yeah, we can see by the videos, DogPack is showing public information. Again, the NDA is very dangerous because it's basically saying that you can never talk about MrBeast ever again, whether it be private or public information about your job, about other people's jobs. And that's why NDAs are just scary in general. They don't let you speak your mind, and that's why a lot of companies try to make you sign an NDA after you leave their company so that you cannot share information. And if it does get back to anybody that you did share that information, you're in trouble. And oftentimes it's going to be with something like a cease and desist, a lawsuit, going to court, a lot of things that you don't really want to deal with, a headache. All right, and here's the third part of the cease and desist, the last part. Your trial period employee agreement provides additional obligations not to disclose the following forms of proprietary or confidential information: any information regarding Jimmy Donaldson and any MrBeast related content, or any content captured on MrBeast sets, premises, locations used by MrBeast content. The employer's methods, policies, procedures, techniques, research or development projects, marketing information of any kind, financial information of any kind, trade secrets, branding, relationships, customer contact, or any other knowledge possessed by the employee which are not generally known by individuals outside of the employer, including the employer's employees, consultants, and advisors. Again, another thing that's quite dangerous because thanks to DogPack, we now know of other people that were once involved inside of different teams and used to be MrBeast employees. Again, this is just kind of making my connection of what I'm reading with this cease and desist. Again, I'm not a lawyer. Though often misguided and ill-informed due to your brief and limited employment at MrBeast, you have been posting on Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit about MrBeast video production methods, view generation techniques, and employee and personal information. These unauthorized disclosures appear to be a deliberate attempt to harm MrBeast's business. They are also in violation of the agreements you signed with MrBeast. You are not permitted to share any information that touches on the above categories to any person. 3. MrBeast demands. It should be apparent from this letter that MrBeast takes your unlawful conduct seriously and is committed to getting to the bottom of each and every violation of your agreements during your brief trial period with MrBeast and subsequent to your departure. Among other potential claims, MrBeast believes that your conduct gives rise to claims against you for breach of contract and defamation. Please be advised that MrBeast is prepared to seek damages, injunctions, attorney's fees, and costs in accordance with its contractual rights as well as such other reliefs as it may be entitled to under the aforementioned causes of action. For the avoidance of doubt, because you complained of a lack of clarity in your nearly hour-long recorded termination meeting, MrBeast is prepared to take appropriate legal action against you if you do not cease posting and delete all previous posts about MrBeast, including Jimmy Donaldson and any person currently or formerly affiliated with MrBeast by August 1st, 2024. You were first warned about MrBeast's intention to seek legal action in a letter dated July 25th, 2024. This is the final warning before MrBeast will have you served with papers initiating a lawsuit against you. Sincerely, Alec Spiro. And we can see right here where it's basically saying, if you do not cease posting and delete all previous posts. So basically they're saying you need to delete everything you've ever said on Reddit, delete all of your YouTube videos about the situation. Mind you, The videos are still up. The Reddit posts are still up. And it is way past August 1st, right? So DogPack is all in. I think we're all in at this point too. We are following the train to see where it leads to. Now, DogPack himself would reply to the Dexerto Post and say facts ain't defamation, and he included this part. When reached for comment via email, French told DailyMail.com MrBeast has knowingly kept R words and P words on payroll, allegedly for legal reasons, although I think some of them were convicted. So DogPack is doubling down, saying that these are facts. Okay, it's not defamation if it's factual information, which again, he will have to explain further on in part 3. At this point, now that we've seen the full, leaked document, I don't think that MrBeast is playing games. And now that we can put a name to the company, we can put a name to the lawsuits, the cease and desists, it's a lot more scarier than it was when we had DogPack posting the cease and desist with a D's nuts joke at the end, right? And this is coming from someone who I consider myself a close ally of DogPack. I mean, we play freaking video games together, right? But again, this is scary, and I like and I understand what DogPack is doing. You know, he's helping people out more than they realize, and he's coming out with these stories, giving people like Jake Weddle a platform to speak, and other former MrBeast employees are now coming out, and MrBeast contestants are coming out. More people than ever have come out recently with their situations involving MrBeast. And after reading this, you know, I'm praying for him. If he's going to go through with this, willing to go to court and willing to argue against, you know, the cease and desist and violating the NDA and posting confidential private MrBeast information, I'm praying for him, and that's all you guys can really do too, is just pray for him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the full cease and desist that has ended up online. It's scary. I've never received a cease and desist. I've also never signed an NDA, unless if we're talking about video games and stuff. But scary stuff. Truly scary. Again, on this side of the spectrum, on this YouTube channel, we're going to pray for DogPack, not really from a religious point of view, but just in general, you know, hoping for the best for DogPack, because, you know, he's a good guy. He's doing good things, regardless if you think he's poisoning the well or whatnot, right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share it around, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. This situation just keeps getting worse day by day, day by day, day by day. And I am going to milk it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of this journey, my friends. Peace out.